It's still low, Mr. Harvey, but I'm going to broadcast now.
Things have been a little strange around here lately because of all the stuff going on outside the house, you know, the pressure of the job, all those things that can weigh you down. You know, sometimes, just sometimes, you bring that home with you. But then, you know, you come home and you always find some little way to let me know I got no reason to worry. Oh yeah, I know you love me. I know you're out there working for me and these kids so we can buy things that we like. But you know something?
So good afternoon. The program will begin now. Still got a little bit of music going, so thank you so much, DJ Harvey. We're gonna go ahead and get started. My name is Tanisha Terry Jackson, and I am the Dean of Enrollment Management here at Kennedy King College. welcome to our virtual college day. Let me be the first to welcome you to this beautiful campus virtually, as well as to let you know that we have an exciting experience scheduled for you this afternoon. Oh, just a second, I'm getting word. It appears that there is a special announcement that we need to cut to from the president. Just a second. It looks like, Harvey, if I can ask you to just bring in some music really quick. It looks like we're having a technical problem. Okay, thank you for your patience on that. So again, I'm getting that urgent word again from that there is an important message that is coming through from our president. Is everything kosher now? Is that message ready to be delivered? There appears to be an important message coming from our president.
Hello and welcome to Kennedy King College's virtual college day. My name is Gregory Thomas and I'm the president of Kennedy King College, and we are very excited that you have chosen to spend the next 2 hours with us as we want you to dream bigger and do greater. Since it was founded in 1969, Kennedy King College has been dedicated to providing high quality, comprehensive, accessible education and training opportunities to all. We take great pride in our students and truly believe that we have some of the very best faculty and staff in higher education. Whether you are an incoming high school student looking to begin your college journey or an individual seeking to make a career change, Kennedy King College is here to serve your needs. We offer many resources to ensure that our students are successful. We hope that you enjoy today's program, and we look forward to seeing you here this fall. Now I will turn it over to our enrollment management team who will walk you through the activities for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that very important message, Dr. Thomas. So I want to share that I will serve as moderator for the day and will guide you through this experience. We'll kick off the day with a campus overview from our enrollment management team and that I'd like to introduce to you. Please welcome Kira Humphrey. Unmute yourself, Kira.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Awesome. And then we have Jamel Gardner.
Good afternoon, everyone.
I'll also introduce our Director of Financial Aid, who will also do a part of her presentation as well today, Ashley Ballard.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So our enrollment management team will provide you a full overview of the campus. It'll start with our history and mission, our mini virtual tour of our campus, overview of our centers of excellence, our academic focus areas, as well as our campus resources. And then Ashley Ballard would give you a really great overview of the ways to pay for college. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started with our overview of our history and mission and mini tour of campus. Hello, and welcome again to the Kennedy King College Virtual College Day. I am excited to share with you an overview of our campus and hope that you will gain insight, information, but most importantly, inspiration to dream bigger and do greater here at Kennedy King College. So we know your future is full of promise. That is why we provide our students with opportunities to explore all of the possibilities, whether it leads directly into the workforce or to a four-year university. We have a legacy that is worth knowing. We were renamed 50 years ago to honor the life and spirit of two civil rights and social justice heroes, Robert F. Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. Today, the ideals that our namesakes fought for are still at the cornerstone of our values as an institution. In 2015, KKC was named as a finalist for the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence. In 2019, KKC was awarded a $1.5 million grant to support students going into our construction programs, automotive, as well as information technology. As a part of the Illinois Community College Board Workforce Equity Initiative. In 2020, KKC launched our new IT Launchpad for digital programs, where we're the hub for Apple iOS, cloud security, data container management, game design, just to name a few. We also launched our new Center for Creative Arts, which we'll talk about a little bit more as well. Our mission is clear. We are committed to providing high quality, accessible education that responds to the needs of the community while enabling you to reach your full potential to compete globally. This is our main campus. We sit on 40 acres consisting of 6 buildings, 22 classrooms, 19 labs, a 2-story library, and study rooms. Kennedy King's main campus is located on South Hosted, and our satellite campus is located on South State Street, which is Dawson Technical Institute. It serves as our academic job training center for the majority of our construction technology programs. We have 4 state-of-the-art kitchens and a fully functional student-run restaurant called Sakia for our Washburn Culinary and Hospitality program. Some of our unique spaces that complement our new Center of Excellence for Creative Arts includes a black box theater, main stage theater, 3 soundstage studios for film and visual communications, and our fully equipped student-run radio station, WKKC, where you can listen on 89.3 for our production and podcasting for AVIP students. We have an automotive lab with 3 functioning garages on our campus for collision and body repair, as well as our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning lab for our HVAC students to practice and train for the work that they will encounter in residential and commercial properties. Our new state-of-the-art IT Launchpad serves as the hub for our IT-related continuing education programs. That includes, again, Apple iOS, cloud security, game design, cybersecurity. Our facilities are also equipped with an Olympic-sized swimming pool, gymnasium, fitness center, full functioning childcare facility, our library with study rooms for individual and group projects, as well as a full service cafeteria. As one of the 7 city colleges of Chicago, Kennedy King College is part of the largest community college system in the state of Illinois, and one of the largest in the nation, where City Colleges of Chicago educates and prepares nearly 80,000 students each year to enter either the workforce or to pursue advanced degrees. Your network by coming to Kennedy King College will be tremendous. As you explore your pathway, we want to ensure students can access a broad liberal arts education that will prepare them with the professional training to enter the global workforce or to transfer to a 4-year college or university. Your guided pathway could lead you to one of our basic certificates that can take 2 to 4 months to complete, one of our advanced certificates that can take 4 to 8 months to complete, or one of our associate degree pathways that can take up to 2 years to complete. City Colleges of Chicago has a variety of pathways that students can choose to pursue. While each college has a center of excellence within a pathway, each of the 7 city colleges of Chicago serves as a comprehensive campus, which is great news for you because it allows you to still complete your general education coursework on the respective campus of your choice. And we certainly hope your choice is Kennedy King. Kennedy King College offers courses across 8 of the 10 pathways. So we're here to support your journey, wherever it might lead. We have 3 centers of excellence at Kennedy King College in construction technology, culinary arts and hospitality management, as well as creative arts. Our Dawson Technical Institute at Kennedy King College is one of our centers of excellence for construction technology. Our construction technology programs includes carpentry, combination welding, concrete masonry, construction management, electrical line worker program, our gas utility worker program, just to name a few. And of course, our main campus houses our HVAC program with our HVAC lab. There is projected growth for careers in construction that is the fastest growing occupation. And there are jobs for HVAC that are also expected to grow by 2026. There is high demand for new buildings and roads, which will continue to create jobs for masonry, construction, and construction management. Students who complete our construction technology programs can find gainful employment with starting wages near $30 to $40 an hour. Some of our industry partners for our Center of Excellence for Construction Technology include Peoples Gas, ComEd, the Department of Transportation, and Johnson Controls. That's just a few of our partners. Our Washburn Culinary and Hospitality Institute at Kennedy King College is our 2nd Center of Excellence for culinary arts and hospitality. Students can pursue certificates and degree options for baking and pastry, culinary arts, and hospitality management. We have various industry partners that support our students with scholarship, internships, and job opportunities within the culinary arts and hospitality industry, from Aramark to Disney World to Hyatt Hotels. The list goes on. Kennedy King College has a new Center of Excellence for Creative Arts. It's affectionately known as CECA. CECA will educate, expose, and empower students and Chicago's South Side community to foster excellence and equity in creative arts. providing academic pathways that will merge the Department of Media and Visual Communications with our humanities, fine arts, and theater. It will expand and develop programs in arts, media, music, theater, film, visual communication, and design. SECA will propel community engagement by providing a training ground and pipeline for youth and intergenerational groups, as well as a professional development platform for artists, as an arts incubator, as well as a place where creative arts and performance will thrive. Some of our creative arts and industry partners for SECA include Cinespace Chicago Film Studios, which is the second largest studio in the country, the Chicago Film Office, Illinois Film Office, Goodman Theater, Collabor Action Theater for Social Change, Lyric Opera of Chicago, and of course, the jazz great Wynton Marsalis. KKC has your success, your growth, and your goals in mind, whether that's inside or outside of the classroom. We want you to know that we are the place where you can dream bigger, where you can do greater. Opportunity is within reach. So I challenge you today to listen and learn more. Next up, I'll have Kira Humphrey, who is our college recruiter, who will share more about our academic focus areas. Thank you. Kira, thank you so much. If you'd like to come up, and we'll go ahead and have you go over our academic focus areas.
Thank you, Dean Jackson. I hope everyone enjoys hearing about the focus areas. And I am one of the Kennedy King College recruiters, and I am eager to share with you all of the academic options that exist on our campus. As Dean Jackson mentioned, City Colleges of Chicago has a variety of pathways that students can choose to pursue. I want to share with you more about those pathways now that you know about our unique centers of excellence. We have an academic portfolio that includes 60 credentials, including an Associate of Arts, an Associate in General Studies, an Associate in Science, 16 Associate in Applied Science degrees, 17 Advanced Certificates, and 24 Basic Certificates. You will notice on the forthcoming slides that the credential type is listed in parentheses after each major. We have programs in the business and professional services focus area that prepare students for careers that include marketing, management, insurance, and banking, just to name a few. At KKC, we have a variety of options within the education focus area. Students that complete their associate degree in the education field at Kennedy King College will be trained to work with children from birth to pre-K. Our program can prepare students to transfer after their associates to obtain their bachelor's degree and state certification to work beyond pre-K. We can train you to be the difference you want to see in the world as an educator. We also have a host of options in the IT focus area. Kennedy King College is working to close the digital divide by providing programs to address the growing high demand field. Many students who complete our academies, basic certificates, and associate degrees can expect to go into industry with very competitive salaries. At KKC, the Human Sciences and Liberal Arts focus area has the largest composition of programs with in-demand fields like addiction studies, media communications, social work, and radio production broadcast, to name a few. We have programs within the natural sciences focus area where our students can take the first steps toward launching a career as a biologist, engineer, researcher, or chemist. The need for natural scientists is greater now more than ever. It is so important to have scientists researching infectious diseases as the employment growth rate is expected to increase to 120,000 jobs by 2026, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Within the transportation, distribution, and logistics focus area, Kennedy King College offers a variety of programs in automotive technology. We have 3 functioning garages on our campus to serve as a working classroom lab for our students to train, and that includes our maintenance garage, where students will learn how to perform repairs on things like the engine and brakes, to performing service checks, including oil changes. Our hybrid garage, where our students learn to perform diagnostics and operation checks on hybrid vehicles. Our collision garage, where our students learn how to repair collision damage on vehicles that have been in major accidents. Finally, our automotive teams collaborate on projects where our collision garage has restored a vehicle and our maintenance garage works on diagnostics for the same vehicle. So now I want to share insight about the various instructional options that are available to our students. Kennedy King College offered tons of benefits to motivated high school juniors and seniors to get jumpstart on their college experience by earning college credits for free through the Early College program. Early College provides 2 options that include dual enrollment, which allows students to enroll in 1 college course on our campus per semester, dual credit, which allows students to earn college credits while attending their respective high school. Either option saves students lots of time and money. Kennedy King College has options for everyone, including adult and English language learners. Kennedy King College's adult education program provides free open access options for diverse learners to gain their high school equivalency certificate, to take the GED and/or high school equivalency test, HiSET, in order to transition successfully into college or career paths that lead to economic mobility. In addition, we offer free English as second language and English language learners courses to assist students with reading, writing, listening, speaking, as well as to build grammar and vocabulary skills. So now I just want to highlight that being a lifelong learner means that you have opportunities to always take a course for advancement or fulfillment. KKC offers a wide variety of non-credit courses for students with different educational, personal, or recreational goals. We accept learners of all levels, and our courses attract students from all ages with line dancing, swimming, home buyer workshops, or real estate broker classes. Our course format is flexible to fit the complex schedules and lifestyles of our community. As we manage in this current age of digital platforms and virtual engagement, it is critical now more than ever to have trained professionals to detect real-time security while protecting our data. While we can help make these options a reality for students, Kennedy King College serves as the new technology launchpad that will bring a host of high-demand certificates, including Apple iOS, cloud security, cybersecurity, game design, and web development, just to name a few. We also launched a host of new web academies that includes Google IT Professional, Amazon Web Services, and Cisco Networking. Finally, our industry partners who are ready to support our students include Apple, FuteNet, Cisco, Compedia, and Amazon. We are accepting applications for many of these opportunities now, so please go to apply.ccc.edu to learn more. Thank you. Now I would like to turn it over to my colleague, Jamil, who will provide you an overview about our other campus resources.
Thank you, Kira. My name is Jamel Gardner, and I am one of the Kennedy King College recruiters, and I am excited to share insight about the wealth of resources available. At Kennedy King College, we value you and your unique needs. Our priority is to help you succeed, whether it is sitting down with a financial aid counselor to outline the steps needed to complete your FAFSA, or working with staff in our Disability Access Center to support a success plan based on your self-identified needs. We are here to help, and we have your back. Kennedy King College has the resources you need for your success right on campus. Our Healthy Student Market is a permanent food pantry on campus that provides shelf-stable items like fruits and vegetables twice per week in an effort to address food and hunger insecurities in the community in collaboration with the Greater Chicago Food Depository. If you need transportation assistance, we provide full-time credit students and eligible part-time students with the Venture Card, which offers unlimited rides on any Chicago train and bus during the academic term. Kennedy King College understands that our students all have different needs, so we work to provide support socially, emotionally, and academically. The City Colleges of Chicago has a robust laptop loaner program that provides students who need technology support with access to laptops during the academic year by submitting a technology request. We encourage students to get involved on campus, whether as a student leader helping to organize volunteers for a parade or participating in poetry slams. Student clubs, groups, and organizations available at our colleges are as diverse as our student population. They provide enriching experiences for students of all interests. We offer nearly 100 free events on campus annually. If we do not have a club or a group, well, guess what? You can start one. Students being engaged is the fabric of the KKC community and is the DNA of real statesmen. Well, speaking of statesmen, we are proud statesmen. The Kennedy King College Statesmen athletes compete in the National Junior College Athletic Association. We are a Division I school amongst 221 teams across 24 different regions. Our statesmen teams include men's and women's basketball, men's soccer, and men's baseball. As a Division I school, we can offer full tuition scholarships per academic year to athletes who play on our teams. So you have all of the facts. Now the final step is easy. I am sure you want to know, how do you apply? Well, there are 5 simple steps. Step 1, complete your application online at www.ccc.edu/apply. Step 2, sign up for placement tests or seek an appropriate waiver. Step 3, complete the FAFSA or determine your ways to pay. Step 4, schedule time with an advisor to outline an academic plan that suits your journey to register for classes. And step 5, attend new student orientation to assist you in your transition. So you see that at KKC, you can start with a dream and finish with a purpose. Just to recap, Kennedy King College enrolls over 3,400 students in our credit programs. However, our academic portfolio includes nearly 60 credentials, including an Associate of Arts, an Associate in General Studies, an Associate in Science, 16 Associates in Applied Science degree programs, 17 Advanced Certificates, and 24 Basic Certificates. We have an IT launchpad for digital careers and 3 unique centers of excellence in culinary arts and hospitality, construction technology, and creative arts. So as you can see, we have your success, your growth, and your goals in mind in order to help you achieve your goals both inside and outside the classroom. Kennedy King College has the resources to support your unique needs, whether academically, socially, or financially. We care about your health and wellness, as well as your fitness and financial literacy. We are here for you. So let us help you as you embark on this journey. You do not have to navigate this process alone. Feel free to reach out to the Kennedy King Enrollment Management Team to discuss your next steps. Follow us on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. We have content for you. Follow our Dean of Enrollment at KKC Enrollment for tips about preparing for college and so much more. Finally, check us out virtually at prepare.ccc.edu/KKVSS. Thank you again for this opportunity to share all of the amazing opportunities available at Kennedy King College. We encourage you to be bold, be you, but most importantly, be here at Kennedy King College, where you can dream bigger and do greater. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jamel, for that overview of our campus resources. So I hope that you guys have learned a lot. And before we move along, I just want to thank both Kira and Jamel for their presentations. Both will be on hand throughout today's webinar to answer questions in our chat. So please feel free to send them any questions related to any of the items that they touched on today, and they'll be happy to give you some insight. Next, I'd like to bring up Ashley Ballard, who will provide you with an overview, as I stated, about our ways to pay for college. That will include insight about our STAR Scholarship Program, our payment plan options, as well as financial aid and tips for the process. Ashley?
Good afternoon once again, everyone. So let's go ahead and get into ways to pay for college. My name is Ashley Ballard, and I am the Director of Financial Aid in the Division of Enrollment Management at Kennedy King College. I want to go over tuition costs and the various ways to pay for college, including internal and external scholarships, payment plans, and financial aid. We realize that making a decision where you will attend college is as much about all the things we shared earlier regarding the amazing opportunities on our campus as it is about how to navigate college costs successfully. So let's begin with our cost and ways that you can save by attending one of the City Colleges of Chicago, and more specifically, Kennedy King College. At Kennedy King College, your cost per credit hour is $146 as an in-district student, which equates to roughly $1,752 per semester as a full-time student taking 12 credit hours. This will ultimately cost you $3,504 per year if you take a full-time load in the fall and spring terms. Compare that with the average cost for tuition in Illinois at a four-year college or university. It is roughly 5 times the per credit hour rate of Kennedy King College. The numbers speak for itself. Your average annual tuition savings is nearly $15,000 per year by becoming a Kennedy King College student. Now that's affordable, and that's before we determine your scholarship eligibility. So here's one way to make the numbers even easier to add up. How about free? If you attend a Chicago public school or a Chicago-based Big Shoulders funded school and you have at least a 3.0 grade point average and test completion ready in both math and English, guess what? You can pursue a degree or certificate at Kennedy King College at no cost. That's right, for free. Oh, and we won't charge you for books either. You can join the ranks of our City College's STAR Scholarship Program and earn your degree completely debt-free. We want to make this a no-brainer decision for you when it comes to savings. We have partnered with over 25 STAR Scholarship transfer partners at four-year colleges and universities who agreed to provide our STAR scholars upon graduation with very generous scholarships at their institutions that range in value up to full tuition. We realize that not everyone is eligible for the STAR Scholarship Program, so we have other unique opportunities for students. There are low to no cost opportunities for Chicago Housing Authority residents to attend City Colleges of Chicago that can cover the costs associated with tuition, uniforms, books, and most exam fees for one of our academic or training programs. On the other hand, we have partnership opportunities with 1 Million Degrees that can provide students with up to a $1,000 stipend to help reduce costs associated with attending college as a part of professional development, career exploration, mentoring, and financial literacy program. Next, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act is a federally funded program that is designed to help job seekers access employment, education, training, and support services to succeed. Kennedy King College is a certified trainer provider for WIOA. Determined eligible students could qualify for WIOA training funds to cover costs associated with our WIOA approved programs. We have nearly 20 WIOA approved programs that students can consider. The City Colleges of Chicago requires that all students have a valid way to pay for their classes within 3 days of registering. We are here to help you navigate the multiple methods before sitting with an academic advisor. Kennedy King College offers students several ways to pay for their college in addition to all of the scholarship opportunities. Students can make a direct payment with our business office, whether online or in person, or set up a payment plan that stretches out the cost over the semester. Students enrolling in a payment plan for fall will only need a $25 setup fee and $0 down towards tuition until July 5th. To further aid students in paying for their education beyond payment plans, students can apply for veteran benefits, external scholarships, employment tuition reimbursements, and tuition waivers. You can visit our Partners in Education page for more information regarding program requirements and how to get started. We highly encourage all new students to apply for financial aid, as there are many types of aid available, and we want to help you understand the steps for navigating this process. Financial aid is defined roughly as money to assist you with paying for college or a career school. The types of aid that are available include grants, work study, and loans. Financial aid funding can come from federal, state, school, and private sources. All of it is available to help you lower your costs. The most crucial step in applying for financial aid is completing the free application for federal student aid. Several factors are used to determine eligibility. If you are unsure of your eligibility, please work directly with our financial aid team, who can assist you. Do not count yourself out without finding out if you are eligible by completing the free application for student aid at www.fafsa.ed.gov. The financial aid process is very straightforward. Step 1, create a federal student aid FSA ID to apply online. Step 2, complete the FAFSA application by applying online at fafsa.gov. Step 3, complete the verification steps if selected. Work directly with the financial aid office if you have any questions about what documents may be needed. Step 4, once all necessary documents are submitted to the financial aid office, log into your student portal to review your student aid award. Pretty simple. On average, it takes up to just about 23 minutes to complete the FAFSA online. It is essential to know what kind of information you will need to submit your FAFSA, which includes your FSA ID, your Social Security number or alien registration number if non-U.S. citizen, federal tax returns from prior year. So for 2020, students will use the 2018 taxes. Dependent students will need parent information, including date of birth, Social Security, marital status, and W-2 information. So that you are clear, the FSA ID serves as a unique identifier for your financial documents, and you should never share it with anyone. Dependent students should not use the same email address for the FSA ID as their parents. Your FSA ID is your passport to managing your FAFSA and should be stored and protected. It is vital to complete and submit your FAFSA and list the school code for the institution you plan to attend. The Kennedy King School Code is 001654. It is also important to use the appropriate FAFSA form. So for new students planning to enroll in the Fall 20, Spring 21 academic year, the 2021 FAFSA should be completed. As you complete the FAFSA, there are a few things that will make the process a bit smoother, so I want to leave you with a few tips. It is crucial to understand whether you are classified as a dependent or independent student. Dependent students must include their parental information on the FAFSA, and independent students only need to include information about themselves. Students will answer the basic questions regarding dependency on the FAFSA that will determine this classification. If student answers yes to even one of the questions, they are considered independent. It is important to work with the financial aid office if you have any questions regarding this. You need to know the federal school code for the school that you want to package federal aid for you. Remember, the Kennedy King School Code is 001654. You can select up to 10 schools on your FAFSA form. Remember, you can save time in completing your FAFSA by using the IRS data retrieval tool by linking your IRS information to your FAFSA using the FSA ID. Dependent students will enter both their parents' FSA ID as well as their FSA ID if they also file taxes. An independent student will only link their FSA ID. Avoid the following common errors on the FAFSA by following the steps from this presentation that include creating an FSA ID, reading definitions carefully, reporting the required information, and signing the form. Please remember to electronically sign your FAFSA, as it is crucial to submit your completed form. Not signing the FAFSA form is again one of the most common FAFSA errors. You will know that you have completed everything when you receive this confirmation page that congratulates you. So a few final tips. Never pay for FAFSA assistance. The application is free. Keep track of all your usernames and passwords for this process, as you will need it every year. Each screen on the FAFSA will let you know whose information will be required. You means the student, not the parent. Finally, if you need additional assistance, you can contact FSA at 1-800-433-3243, or you can reach out to us at Kennedy King College by visiting prepare.ccc.edu/KKVSS. So you're all set. My team knows that applying early for financial assistance is the key to unlocking the resources you may be eligible for and that you may need. So please feel free to reach out to the Financial Aid Office at Kennedy King College, because we are here to assist you along the way. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that presentation, Ashley. Certainly, I think that students will gain a wealth of insight as a part of hearing that presentation. So before we switch gears to our student panel, I'd like to just bring back up our enrollment management team. Again, that's Kira Humphrey, Jamel Gardner, and Ashley Ballard, our Director of Financial Aid. So I just want to, I know right now that there aren't any questions at this time in the Q&A, but I'd ask that each of you, if you could give just a tip to our participants as it relates to the college preparation process or preparing for the financial aid process. Kira, any lasting tips that you think that our attendees would need to know?
Sure. So number one, again, thank you for coming and listening to our presentation about our awesome campus. It's in a virtual campus tour. We are still in the midst of registering for the summer session as well as the fall semester. So if you are interested in registering for the summer, our deadline will be Saturday, May 30th, with classes beginning on Wednesday, June 3rd. And our fall semester, our deadline will be Thursday, August 20th, with classes beginning on Monday, August 24th. So we want to just invite you and remind you that this is the best time to register. We are here virtually. If you have any questions about registering or having any concerns or comments, we can put our contact information in, myself and Mr. Gardner, so that we can connect with you. And then you can always go to our website, which is prepare.kkvss.
So that's prepare.ccc.edu/KKVSS.
Exactly. So that we can assist you further with completed registration.
Awesome. Jamel, any parting tips regarding student considering this process in their junior and senior year and things that they should be doing as they think about coming to us?
I would just encourage every student to just ask as many questions as you can. As we're kind of all quarantined right now, we're going to be providing a lot of opportunities virtually. So as you see these opportunities or as they're presented to you by your counselors, definitely partake in them. You know, jump on the Zoom calls, jump on the Google Meets, so we can just continue to inform you of the tremendous opportunities that we have here for you, because we're excited for you to come and join us. And we're looking forward to helping you get to your next level in life.
Awesome. Ashley, any parting tips to our attendees about preparing for college or preparing for the financial aid process?
Absolutely. We just want students to know that the Financial Aid Office is available to assist. Just as my colleagues have mentioned, we're available virtually as well as through email. Any questions that you may have. If you still need clarification, once again, reach out to us continuously, because we know that the process can be tedious and difficult, and we want it to be as seamless as possible, because we know how important financial aid is during your college career. So definitely reach out to the Financial Aid Office. We're available.
Dean, if I could put in another remark, guys, if you are juniors or rising juniors or rising seniors, you still have the opportunity to register for the dual enrollment, dual credit classes. So again, you do have those different opportunities that have been presented before you.
Awesome. And just a final tip as it relates to navigating the enrollment process. Begin early, focus on your high school coursework, doing your best. That's always important. Stay involved and tour campuses. And so as a part of touring campuses, we would really like to encourage you to take advantage of any of our Explore Days that our recruitment team will have, where you can come take, and certainly after our order of stay is over, you can physically come to our campus and take advantage of what we have to offer. But we'll be launching some virtual Explore Days over the next few weeks where you'll have an opportunity to get some of your questions answered through that method. And then once you begin the application process and you have questions or need something, please do not hesitate to reach out to the enrollment management team. That includes admissions, financial aid, recruitment, as well as our testing team. That we're here to support your successful navigation to Kennedy King College. And so I can't stress enough that our team is here and we're here to support you. So please take advantage of those resources, because our biggest joy is to be able to assist students as they navigate. So without further ado, if there aren't any new questions in the queue, I would again like to thank the enrollment management team for your time. And I know that you'll be on hand throughout if there are any questions that might crop up. And so we will, thank you. I'm gonna give you the clapping opportunity. I will go ahead and we're gonna switch gears to our student panel, a student alumni panel. And as a part of that, we will get started in just a few. And I will ask DJ Harvey if you can give us a little bit of music while we go ahead and switch gears. I would say we'll get started with our student panel in about 4 minutes.
My woman, I need to talk with you. Oh woman, my woman, I need to see you through. Can go crazy, you and me. Can go crazy, I can see. Can go strolling in the park, holding hands in the dark. So my woman, oh woman, I need to talk with you. Oh woman, my woman, I need to see you through. Oh, like a child, I see your smile, like a flower growing wild. Come together, you and me, like all the mountain touch the sea. So my woman, oh woman, I need to talk with you. Oh woman, my woman, I need to see you through. Come and see this eye to eye, and come and see us reach the sky. Come and see this love so true. Come and see it's me and you. So my woman, oh woman, I need to talk with you. Oh woman, my woman, I need to see you too. I wanna talk with you. Say I wanna talk with you.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Thank you so much, DJ Harvey. So what we'll do is switch to our student panel, and I am excited to have a robust group of our current students as well as alum to really give you an overview and a sense of what their experiences are and have been like here on our campus. So what I would like to do is announce our panelists and have them come on. So first up is our alumnus, Bashan Jordan Jr.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Afternoon now, Bashan. You know the days are running into us here, so afternoon to you. All right, and then next up we'll have Lauren Nixon.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Lauren. And then we'll have Kobe Robinson. See if Kobe will be able to join. Okay. And then we'll have Edgar Villegas.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone.
All right. So Kobe might be having a bit of technical difficulties, but in the event that he's able to join us, we'll make sure that he does. Okay? So first up, I'd like for each of our panelists, and I'll just go down the line, I'd like for you to share what high school you graduated from and what expected major that you pursued at Kennedy King and your anticipated graduation date. And of course, if you graduated, when you graduated, and what major you pursued and what major you're pursuing where you're at in terms of what your next thing is. So I'll start with Bashan.
All right, my name is Bashan Jordan Jr. I graduated from Kennedy King College in 2019, where I pursued media communications. I attended Brooks College Prep High School here in Chicago, and I currently attend Columbia College Chicago, where I am majoring in television with a concentration of production and direction, and I am expected to graduate in the spring of 2021.
I'm clapping. Lauren, what about you? Can you share what your current major at Kennedy King, your high school that you attended, and when you're expected to complete?
Hi, my name is Lauren Nixon. I attended South Shore International College Prep, My major is computer science, and my expected intended graduation date is fall 2020.
Awesome, because it's always glad to have women in the STEM fields. So great job with that. Edgar.
My name is Edgar. I'm graduating this spring already, and I'm transferring for the fall to a UIC, the University of Illinois at Chicago. My major is mechanical engineering.
And what?
I attended Richards Career Academy. Yeah, sorry about that.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Richards Career Academy is a high school I attended.
Awesome. So I'm not sure if Kobe's able to join us, so we'll move along. I'd like to go ahead and before jumping into one of the questions, I just wanted to acknowledge, because again, I know that he won't mention it himself. You guys had an opportunity to see the presentation from our recruitment team, and you saw the beautiful photos that were throughout that presentation. The majority of those awesome photos were taken by our alum, LaShawn Jordan Jr., who took those as a part of a project that he worked with us on when he was a student ambassador on our team. So I just want to acknowledge that photo credit, because it just shows the amount of expertise that he brings to the work that he does, and it's paying it forward consistently. So thank you for that, Rashawn. So I'd like to start with you, LaShawn, and sharing, why did you, or what did you like about Kennedy King, and why did you decide to attend our college?
Right. So with Kennedy King, one of the main reasons I decided to pursue it was because of the programs offered. With the 7 city colleges of Chicago, they each have their own specialty areas, and Kennedy King offered the media communications, as well as the automotive technology that is there, and the childhood education services, the culinary arts programs. So Kennedy King was the best fit for me. In addition, I love the location of it, directly in the middle of like a green line station. There's a red line station nearby. There's a food market nearby. So a lot of places for us to be able to get what we need to excel as college students was available at Kennedy King. And I like the idea of going to a pretty small college before making my transition to a larger university.
Awesome. Lauren, what about you? What made you choose Kennedy King College, and what do you like most?
What made me choose Kennedy King College was the distance. It's very convenient for me. I was able to get from home and back to Kennedy King really quickly. It's just down the street. And what I like about Kennedy King is the staff. The staff really, I like talking to the staff. They tell me some interesting things. They're really friendly. They're really nice. They make me kind of feel welcome. So, yeah.
Awesome. Edgar, what about you?
Yeah, location was a big thing. It's easier for me to commute to Kennedy King compared to any other city colleges. I'm like a 10-minute drive or like a 30-minute bus ride, or I can even take the train as well. And as well as small community Kennedy King has to offer. All my professors, I got to know them really closely, just because of the small community and the small class sizes.
Awesome. So kind of drawing on that theme a bit more, I'd like to know if you can describe your first year at college and what was it like here. And I know I'm asking Vashawn to go back in time and pull it out, but think about your first year in college and as a college student, and what was it like for you to transition to our campus?
I remember it being a very seamless process, and I don't have every single detail, but I know that it wasn't stressful, and I was able to make a smooth transition. I do remember my very first day of school, I had a break in between classes, and I immediately went down to WICC, which is the television station at the school, trying to find a way to get involved, and I was able to get an internship there. So I immediately felt welcome and at home, being able to find different programs and go in there and then being open and accepting to people. I love the idea of being able to walk around the campus and the field and be able to really just see the community. The classes themselves weren't too hard of a transition. That was because I took advantage of dual credit offerings and AP courses in high school. So I was able to get prepared for high school so the college transition wasn't so scary.
Awesome. Edgar, what about you?
Okay. Yeah, I do remember my first semester. I was nervous. I mean, but that's like feeling nervous about just trying something new or experiencing like a new activity is always, it's normal. It's perfectly fine. But like as soon as each day I kept going to class, each week I kind of got used to it actually. And like the staff, the faculty, all my professors were welcoming. They were always like trying to help me, making sure I understand like curriculum, you know, trying to every topic being every topics.
Lauren, can you remember or draw back on your first year of college and what that might have been like for you?
My first year was fun and exciting. So my very first year, I was nervous because I felt like I was out of my element. I didn't know what to expect. I was really nervous, but I was like, okay, prepare. And my OCD habits came out where I was just researching all types of stuff. And then I was like, okay, breathe. And then I got real welcoming when it came to my teachers. They were really fun. They really made me feel like, this is the place. I'm glad I came here. I'm glad I didn't go anywhere else. This is nice. It really felt like my peers, and I really felt respected there.
Awesome. So this is almost a bonus question just because I'm looking at this panel and I'm seeing that I have Star Scholars, and I also have all student ambassadors who have worked as a part of their role. So I want you to, because it's always cool to think about new students and their initial connection and ways that they can connect and engage on campus, and certainly working on campus is one of them. Talk to me about some of the cool experiences you've had a chance to take advantage of as a part of you being a Star Scholar Ambassador. Ashan.
One of the best parts about the ambassador program was definitely being able to interact with prospective students. I do my part on my own on social media and just, you know, talking to people when we're able to go outside and really interact with folks and just tell them about my experiences. But having an actual program where we can come and get some guidance and find other Star Scholars to work with was the best. I, you know, remember working with the group of high school students from CPS who came to the school for a tour, and we were able to talk to them and answer their questions and give them a tour. And it helped me learn more about the campus myself to see what opportunities were here for me to gather. The cool shirts that you guys see with Lauren and Edgar, great, you know, photos we were able to have. So some, you know, some really nice gear, but, you know, having that program, being able to represent that, I've done, you know, radio appearances about the school that were all done through being in this ambassador program.
Awesome. Lauren, what about you? Can you think about one of the cool things that you got to do as a part of being a student ambassador?
One of the cool things I got to do was seeing you as the ringmaster at the Solar Campus. I think that was pretty cool. Seeing you as the ringmaster and speaking about the school and everyone seeing a passion, and it was a really fun night. And too bad Kobe having technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Him dressed up as a big statesman or horse, having the kids take a photo with him. That was a fun experience.
Awesome. Edgar, what about you?
Well, one thing was, I remember it's like November, we had like an event. We went to like the UIC to promote the Star Scholarship and like City College of Chicago. That was actually pretty fun because there was like a bunch of CPS high schools, and students wanted to talk to us. We were promoting the benefits of the Star Scholarship at City Colleges of anyone. And that was actually a great moment. Because at the same time, I also emailed my old high school teachers about these events this week.
Awesome. So, you know, ideally, I also just remember being able to go to parades with you guys, as well as the Bud Billiken Parade, the Arts in the Dark Parade, and so just a lot of experiences that we've had as it relates to your being able to connect. So that kind of ties into being involved and being an engaged student. So talk to me a little bit about what kind of student organizations exist on campus, or ways that people can get involved. What are you involved in, or what were you involved in when you were on campus? And just share some of that. Edgar.
Okay. Well, one of like the big programs I'm involved is 1 Million Degrees, which is a program that helps you academically and also preparing for like a career. They help you like write a resume, write cover letters. They also pair you up with the coach that they can provide you advice and like tips on how to like land a job, you know, practice for an interview, like mock trials. That's actually a really big organization I would recommend students to apply.
Awesome. Lauren, what about you?
I was a part of student government, and that was very fun. I was a senator and a volunteer, so every time they would need like a helping hand or extra hands on an event, I would be there to help set up, break down. I would get to see the different events that the campus had to offer, and I got to give back to my community.
Awesome. Bashan, can you think about any of the organizations you were involved in while you were here?
Yeah, so there are a variety of organizations offered, and there was, you know, really great opportunities for students like myself to start their own clubs and activities, because I was able to go there and find a nice cohort of people that have the same interests, so we can do things in the classroom, do things outside of the classroom. Another great option with Kennedy King College was just the amenities offered. So, you know, there's a pool inside the school, there's a dance studio, there's a fitness center, and all of those different places have options for clubs that students are able to join and find their additional interests, because you need a great balance of, you know, school, and you need a balance of fun. So there were enough opportunities for me to be able to have that balance to, you know, also just keep my mental health together as I navigated college.
And Vashan made a really good point about having multiple interests and being able to find clubs and organizations that fit those multiple interests. But in the event that you don't have, see a club that fits what you like to do, it doesn't take much for you to be able to start a club. And you just need to, you know, think up to 5 people to in terms of signatures, work with our student activities director, and you can, you know, take steps to actually begin a club. And so it's not terribly hard at all. And so if you don't see it, you can add it. So just thinking about this, most students are, you know, it's springtime. This is, you know, a high period of trying to get their applications done and the application process. Can you guys think back to what the enrollment process was for you? Was it difficult? And what tips do you have for a student to be able to navigate successfully? Bashan.
I definitely will encourage students to, you know, reach out with questions. There are a lot of resources and people that are able to answer them. The actual application itself is pretty simple. You know, I applied for multiple colleges and I went through the Common App, but I know that the one for City Colleges is great. That also gave me a great opportunity to apply for the STAR Scholarship. You know, you check a box, you're able to apply to both those at the same time. But the requirements of it and the application isn't daunting at all. The process is very simple. Just encourage students to take a few minutes out to go through it, and they can get it all done in one nice swoop.
Lauren, what about you? Do you remember the enrollment process, and what tips do you have for folks to successfully navigate?
So my enrollment process was, well, when I first got into the W building, the administration building, I was sent to the ticket area and I met with an advisor, and she helped explain everything to me. She told me what did I need to do, what applications I need to put in, did I need to do testing. It was a very smooth process. Everything was laid out and explanatory and organized. So I got through the whole thing, through the whole day.
Awesome. And do you have any tips for our students as they navigate, something that they should do?
They should have their paperwork with them at all times. So that's transcripts, piece of mail with their name on it, ID, stuff to help the process go along faster. So then you won't have to wait as long and you can get started as quickly as possible.
Awesome. Edgar, what about you?
Well, my enrollment process is pretty easy. Again, just graduated from high school. All I already did was fill out the application, simple application. Send in my final high school transcripts, and from there, I went to talk to an advisor about like, I want to study in this program or this major. They basically help me kind of select the classes and also like schedule my fall semester classes. And for tips, I would just say don't wait till the last minute. Like, don't wait till like August to apply for classes or to fill out your application. Because it's kind of what I did, and I was a little bit stressed about it. But overall, it worked out perfectly fine. I would just recommend starting today and tomorrow.
So a really important tip I'm hearing is definitely don't wait to the last minute.
Yes.
Stay organized with your paperwork, and really think about which institution you're applying to and what you need, and seek out assistance as needed, because we're here to assist you along the way. So switching gears just a little bit, and realizing that many of our attendees might be high school juniors or seniors, and they're finishing out, especially our seniors, are finishing out their senior year online. And so if you can speak to this switch to going to remote classes, how have you adjusted, and what kinds of tips do you have to staying on task throughout this process? I'll actually address this to everyone, because the tips portion, I think, is just relevant for college students and students in general that you can give to folks. So Bashan, just talk about some of the tips that you might recommend for someone, to stay on task as they're managing the online format.
I think one of the biggest tips, and I've had to learn this along this process, but just to be honest with yourself about what your strengths and capabilities are. I know for a fact, if I say I'm going to go sit in the bed on my laptop and do this homework, it's not going to get done. I'm probably going to be asleep very soon. Or if I say, I'm going to try to do some now and maybe come back to it. It's like, if you're not up to, you don't feel like it, it's really best that you take that moment out to work on it. But you definitely have to have a routine, because as soon as you start following a routine, your body will get into that motion of doing it. The same thing, if you stay up one night very, very late, it's going to be hard to go to sleep at a different time the days after that. So if you can try to stick to that same routine that you had when you were going out to your physical class, even if that means, getting up in the morning or taking a shower and putting on some clothes that you may wear outside or something to help you go, try to find a nice quiet workspace for yourself of those distractions to actually get the assignments done. Teachers have been very lenient with me now as far as homework. Sometimes I may forget to do an activity, not just because I didn't want to do it, but just honestly forgot about it. So, just working with your teachers to keep them posted and updated. But, I also just encourage students to realize that none of us are experienced with this. The students aren't, the staff, the school, the city, and we're all working and trying to learn together. So just having that amount of respect for each other, that this is a learning process and we're all trying our best to move forward and improve.
Awesome. Lauren, what about you? How's your transition to online learning been?
My transition to online learning has been great, because I have previous experience with online classes, so I was kind of used to this format already.
And you're a computer science student, so that
so it kind of makes my life easy, because I'll be in the room doing all my work. I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna do all my math homework. The next day I'll do all my English. I'll just choose days on what I need to do. What I will say is, pay attention to the syllabus. For online classes specifically, if a teacher says this is due that date, it is due that date. And so you do not let the deadline sneak up on you, because when it gets to that date and you're rushing to do anything, you'll realize that the assignment needs to be done over time. It's bigger than it seems, because then you realize, oh, I need to do this, or I need to do that. And then once it gets towards 11:59 at midnight, and you don't have everything done.
So staying organized is one of the tips there. Edgar, what about you?
Well, transitioning to online has been a little difficult for me, because I never taken online classes, so this is basically a new experience. But overall, I'm getting kind of used to it. After a few times, you get used to it. and you have more time to do homework or like attend class when you want. But that's also a downside because you need to set your own time when you want to do homework. Like I would, like for tips for online classes, I would say just set up a routine and set up a specific time frame where, oh, you're gonna do homework, do math or do English. You don't want to like fall out the routine because after that you just gotta kind of forget you have homework to do.
So I'm hearing I'm going to ask folks to just mute themselves for a second because I'm getting some reverb. I'm hearing some consistent messaging. Vashawn is highlighted, it's important to have a routine, think about a quiet workspace, and Lauren talked about staying organized, and then Edgar also reiterating having a routine, figuring out your adjustment, and really being clear about that. And so just to highlight that, City Colleges did make a transition to online learning and remote learning as a part of the order of stay. And we also have transitioned all of our services online as well. And so you can visit us at prepare.ccc.edu/KKVSS, which stands for Kennedy King Virtual Student Services, KKVSS, and you can access all of the various services that you would normally access on campus virtually, whether that's application questions, placement test questions, financial aid, wellness center, disability access center. It's all available to you. And so we are still here supporting students in that capacity. Okay. It looks like we were able to add Kobe to our panel. So Kobe, I'll ask if you can introduce yourself, give what high school you graduated from, what major you're currently in right now, and your anticipated date of graduation.
Okay, so my name is Kobe Robinson, and I graduated from Kenwood Academy. My anticipated graduation year is maybe fall 2021, and my major is HVAC.
And for folks who don't know what HVAC means,
HVAC is
ventilation. And
yeah, it's heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and refrigeration.
Awesome. So as we continue through, one of the things that's always important, and as students are thinking about, why should I choose a two-year college, and what benefits there might be for me in doing so? Am I going to actually get the same level of preparation that I would have gotten if I, started at a four-year institution? So, Vashawn, I'm going to start with you. Do you feel that Kennedy King has prepared you for what's next? And obviously, you're in part of your what's next. But talk a little bit about whether or not you felt that the institution prepared you, and is it preparing you for whether it's a four-year college, and in Kobe's instances, will it prepare you for your career? But we'll start with Vashawn. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I believe so, especially starting with the courses offered. I was able to take television courses at Kennedy King. The credits actually transferred over to Columbia, so I don't have to repeat those courses. The same materials, the same equipment, all of that I'm seeing in both schools. Additionally, I was able to take advantage of the transfer center from my very first day there, and orientation, we learned about it. So I was able to work with the staff there to figure out what classes that I needed to take, the amount of credits that I needed, and everything to have a seamless transition. So college is something, transferring or going straight into the workforce, getting a certificate is something that's on the college's mind when a student enters the school. Additionally, there are multiple times throughout the semester where we have visits from colleges. We had Unity Wednesdays, which was a great time for the entire campus to come out together, and food trucks were there. There were games and activities in the other clubs for students to join. So I was able to meet with reps from Columbia throughout this time there, and just really find all of those tools that I needed to make that transition smooth. The classes themselves, as far as having the length of classes, the small class sizes, everything there was just a seamless transition. So there wasn't a huge jump for me transitioning from Kennedy King to Columbia.
That's great. Lauren, and do you feel that Kennedy King is preparing you for what's next?
Yes, yes, I do. Because so my major is computer science, and so all the different IT certification programs that Kennedy King offers, I jump on it immediately because I know for a fact that it will help me in the future and it will help me career-wise. So I do feel prepared, and I do feel like Kennedy King is helping me get ready for when I go out into the IT field.
Awesome. Edgar, what about you? I know that this is your last semester,
Yeah.
so what's next is you're going on to University of Illinois in Chicago, and how do you feel that it's prepared you?
It prepared me pretty well, just because it's a two-year college doesn't mean it's just easy. Like doesn't mean you don't have to like show up. You can just like turn in some work and pass. Like you still need to work hard to study for exams. You need to show up to every class, and as well just commit, because the same thing as a four-year university, you would have to commit, attend classes, study, and as well like something that the transfer centers will really help me transition to a four-year university. Because my first semester, which was in the fall of 2018, the first week I went to the transfer center. I told them my exact plan. I want to transfer to a four-year university. I am majoring in mechanical engineering, and they basically gave me a list of universities that have engineering programs, as well as what classes I need, such as like math classes, physics classes, and like everything that's required to transfer over. And as well, they provide application fee waivers, so I didn't have to like pay out of pocket.
Kobe, what about you? Can you share? Edgar, turn off your mic for just a second for me to make sure that we don't have a reverb with Kobe. Kobe, can you share, do you believe that Kennedy King is preparing you for your career?
Yes, so Kennedy King has prepared me, well, it's preparing me for my future career in HVAC, because like the things that we do, like soldering and sheet metal, like fitting and like charging the systems and discharging them, those are things that we're going to be doing in the field. So it's like almost like the exact same thing, if not the same thing, when we're in the lab working on those things. So Kennedy King has prepared me a lot.
Okay, so I'm hearing that obviously there's a similar training and access to resources, access to fairs and expos, as well as the Career and Transfer Center being an ultimate platform for you to access, and then just being proactive in your studies. So definitely those are all relevant factors that will help you in transitioning on to what's next for you. So I want to jump to something a little lighter. And, while it's great to know about the academic programs and it's awesome to know about the facilities and people, some people think that this is just as essential, which is where is there to eat and maintaining your physical strength in that regard. But where is there cool places to eat and on campus? And I'll start with Kobe.
I like Wingstop, Chipotle, the fries in the lunchroom, the Whole Foods bar, like J&J Fish, Dunkin' Donuts,
Okay, so it seems like he's almost covered them all because he's at all of the food places I see. What about you, Edgar?
Yeah, I would say there's a Subway as well. I would go there. Chipotle is a pretty big one. Whole Foods, as well as the cafeteria we have at Kennedy King. Because me and Kobe would sometimes go together and get some fries together and take it back to the office.
So I haven't tried these fries. I'm obviously going to try the fries because they've been mentioned twice now. Lauren, what about you?
I go all over. So all the places that they've mentioned I've been to. There's also a Chinese restaurant. There are a lot of places to eat. So there's no shortage of food at Kennedy King around or at.
Awesome. Rashawn, any lasting memories about things that might be available on campus to eat that you can recall? Unmute yourself.
Sorry, they touched on all of the restaurants, and I still remember the entire list myself. That may be a little bad that I can remember it so quickly. But I really just want to reiterate the fact that there is a cafeteria on campus. Students do not have to leave campus to go get food if they don't have the time, they don't feel comfortable. There are great food selections for you right there. You can get a meal plan for it. They cook the food right in front of you. You can have that great relationship with the staff in there that are talking to you and, you know, asking you about how your day is going. So it's a very welcoming atmosphere. There are vending machines across the campus and places for you to actually eat there.
And then I'll also just add that there is a fine dining restaurant, full service restaurant, Sakia, that's located on our campus. Only thing that's required is for you to make a reservation. It's typically open during the school year, and it's run by our culinary and hospitality students. So you can get a full three-course meal for $8 plus a drink for an additional $2, all under $10, and that's probably cheaper than all of the meal places they mentioned. So just something to check out, and it's also a great experience as well. So just wanted to ask, in 1 or 2 words, how you would describe the campus community at Kennedy King. Bashan.
I would describe it as success-driven.
Awesome. Lauren.
Big family.
Edgar.
Caring and brilliant.
Kobe.
Tight-knit.
Tight-knit. Okay. And then since I have you guys, this is a group of what, again, I would say of Star Scholars. Why don't you guys talk to me a little bit about the benefits of the Star Scholarship Program and what, you know, has existed for you. Bashan.
So the biggest benefit of the Star Scholarship Program is just that scholarship itself and the money that you get and the additional resources that you're able to gain from it. So I was able to use the Chicago Star Scholarship, which is additionally what piqued my interest in coming to Kennedy King College. That covered my tuition here at the school during my time there. And additionally, when you transfer over to different colleges, universities in the Chicagoland area, they offer you scholarships and money off just for being a Chicago Star Scholar. So I was able to use the Chicagoland Transfer Award at Columbia College, and I received a full tuition scholarship. So all 4 years are covered for free.
Did you hear that?
Yeah,
full tuition scholarship as a part of transferring. Just wanted to reiterate that one for you. Ms. Lauren, what about you? Benefits of the Star Scholarship Program as well.
One of the benefits of the Star Scholarship is I'm going to be taking summer classes for the first time, and I don't have to worry about will my financial aid cover it, because I know the scholarship will cover everything, make sure that I'm able to get my books and that my classes are paid for. So it's the release that I feel, not relief that I feel every time I know that I don't have to pay for anything out of pocket because I was able to get this scholarship.
Great. Edgar.
Okay. Well, one of the major things is the financial support. Honestly, just going to a four-year university, like as soon as you graduate high school, it's kind of like a burden just because of the high tuition rates. And honestly, like I wouldn't have been able to afford it. My family wouldn't have been able to afford it. And I didn't want to add that burden to my family. And the financial support just basically gave me like a chance to earn a higher education at no cost. And that's one of the partnerships with city colleges and other universities. Since I'm transferring to UIC, the city colleges and UIC have a partnership where if you're a Star Scholar and you want to transfer to UIC, you're basically guaranteed admissions. No questions asked. And that's actually how I was accepted. It was just guaranteed.
Awesome. Kobe, what about you as a Star Scholar?
And for me, it's like what Lauren said, like with the summer semester, like I think usually financial aid doesn't cover that. And for like all my semesters, actually, like I would have to pay Kennedy King in order to go here if I didn't have the Star Scholarship. So it's like a great opportunity because it allows me to be debt free. And then also being an ambassador too, you know, that's great. Along with it, like that's another thing that comes along with it. So it's just like good things like all the time just for being a Star Scholar recipient.
Great. And so just to clarify, you can get financial aid in the summer. You do have to just add that to your financial process with the financial aid office, and you work with them. But obviously, as a part of you having the STAR Scholarship, you're able to have that covered as a part of it. So we're up to our last question, and this is the one that I feel like I know the answer to, but I just want you guys to just bring it on home and share it with our attendees. That is, did you make the right choice in deciding to attend Kennedy King? I'm going to add an additional caveat. If you had it to do it over again, would you still do it? Bashan.
Yes, I definitely made the right choice, and I would do the exact same plan all over again.
Lauren.
I would never change anything. I'd made the right choice.
Edgar.
I did make the right choice. I wouldn't change it for like a thing, and I'll recommend like other students to take the same path.
Kobe.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. I just wish I would have took more dual credit classes in high school, so I could have been even more far ahead.
Oh, so that actually ties. I thought that was my last question, but I got one more. That ties to the final one, which is, if of all the things you know now, what is something that you wish you would have known when you were sitting in your junior and senior year that you now know that you wish you would have known then, that you can share with students who are in this process? Bashan.
I definitely agree with the idea of taking more dual credit classes. I will also tell students to make sure that they're exploring their college options. Do not get too blindsided by the huge, signs of four-year universities and thinking that you need to go there right away. You can go to a community college, you can get your associate's degree and still have that same experience. And in my belief, it's a better experience to go to a 4-year already having your gen eds underway. So you're just taking classes towards your major, which is what you're interested in, and doing everything else that you want to do on a college campus. One thing that I did know, my junior and senior year that I'm proud of is about the Chicago Star Scholarship and about the City College route. And I believe that the plan worked out for me pretty well.
Great. Lauren, something you know now that you wish you would have known in your junior and senior year that you'd like to share on with our attendees?
It ties into the previous question about the different restaurants around. I wish that I would have saved up on more money, because when you're around such a nice and friendly atmosphere and you're just really enjoying yourself, you spend a lot of money. So save up on your money, watch your spending, and enjoy yourself more. Don't overstress yourself. But if you do, you could go to the wellness center.
So don't live the life of a professional while you're a college student, so you don't live the life of a college student when you're a professional?
Yeah.
Got it. Edgar.
One thing is like not to stress as much, and everything's gonna work out at the end. Because I understand as a senior applying to many universities, I'm sending an application, transcripts, writing essays, it can be stressful. But at the end of the day, it's all gonna work out. Because for me, when I was a senior, I was like stressed. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Financial support, it was like a mess. But then like that's where city colleges came in the path, gave me a path to a better choice.
Kobe, final thought. Something
No.
you know now. You almost gave us one of those tips. Something you know now that you wish you would have known in your junior and senior year, besides taking full credit.
Right, I would say like stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Like start looking at city colleges and any colleges really, before you even get to senior year, and have a plan. So once that time comes, you'll be ready, and everything will just flow even smoother. Because my first semester of city college, I think I applied the last day to register or something like that, the fall deadline. Yeah, so I was like late. So just stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Okay, so one, I want to thank all of our panelists for their insight, the awesome tips that they've given to our attendees, and really just sharing their experiences. And so I want to just take a moment. If there was a clapping moment, this would be it. Thank you so much for you guys taking time out of your day. I know that you're all busy college students, and I appreciate it. Thank you again, Bashan, for coming back as an alum to share your experiences, and to our current students, thank you as well. And so we're gonna go ahead and switch gears. If there's any questions or follow-up, we'll make sure that those get to our student leaders and ambassadors. But thank you guys again. I'm gonna go ahead and switch gears to our panel of deans.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to switch gears to our live panel of deans. And I'd like to go ahead and introduce each of our panelists and have them give a brief overview of their role. So first up, I'll ask, joining us is Michael Crawford, who is our Dean of Student Services.
Good afternoon, everyone. Ed, you want to give an overview now?
Oh, no, I'm going to introduce everybody first.
Okay, got it.
And then next we have Henry Horace, who is our Dean of Adult Education.
Hello, everybody.
Dean Horace, if you're able to turn on your camera, otherwise they won't see you.
Let's see. It said the host has stopped it.
Okay, let's make sure that that's shifted for you. Give me a second. Go ahead now. Okay, awesome.
All right, hello, everybody.
Next, we have our Dean of the Dawson Technical Institute, Lucretia Jameson, who will be joining us via our Q&A on the chat, but I believe that she'll be able to just jump in via audio.
Yes, I am here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you. And then finally, we have our Dean of Instruction, Darby Johnson.
Good afternoon.
So I'll begin just by sharing an overview of what my role is as the moderator, but also as the Dean of Enrollment Management. My team supports the transition and matriculation through the enrollment process from recruitment, admissions, placement testing, financial aid, as well as the new student orientation process. We are typically the first people that our students and community might come in contact with, and we want to help assure that you're aware of all of our resources, all of our opportunities, and that we're able to then help you make connections to those resources once you come to campus, and who those key individuals will be to support you along your journey. So Dean Crawford, if you could give an overview of your role as the Dean of Student Services.
Absolutely. So as Dean of Student Services, I kind of take over where enrollment management leaves off with respect to making sure that after you're at Kennedy King, you stay at Kennedy King. And while you're at Kennedy King, you're embraced as a whole person, mind, body, and spirit, as well as your development, as well as identity and otherwise is taken care of. So I oversee services in my unit that are meant to address any challenges that could possibly derail, and also to emphasize the things that make you you, that we can benefit from as a community.
Thank you. Dean Horace, if you could share in your purview as the Dean of Adult Education.
Sure. So as the Dean of Adult Education, my role is to work with a team of folks who we work as an on-ramp. So bring students into the college who have not yet received the high school diploma or high school equivalency, work with those students, make sure they develop the acumen and the capability to perform well in college, and give them all the tools they need, prepare them to pass high school equivalency exams, and then transition them from our program into college credit or onto a vocational program, which one of the opportunities here at Kennedy King College, there's a whole host of vocational programs that we're always excited about.
Thank you. Dean Johnson, if you could share in your purview as Dean of Instruction, your role.
Sure, I'd be happy to. So my primary role is to make sure our students receive the quality education that they deserve. Education transforms us, and it's something that we get to keep for a lifetime. So I work to support faculty so we can make sure that all students experience that transformative power. They're able to define success on their own terms, and they're able to sustain the motivation and resilience to achieve those objectives that they have. Our faculty are experts in their fields, but we continue to provide them with professional development to help them grow and to best serve instruction and students in the classroom.
Awesome. And then Dean Jamison, if you could just share via audio your capacity to our attendees.
Yes, I am Dean Jamison, and I am the Dean of Dawson Technical Institute. We are your construction technology programs. And within Dawson Technical Institute, we're able to...
It's completely okay because Dean Jamison has a budding college student on his hands.
But with our construction technology programs, we're able to train students in plumbing, welding, carpentry, masonry, overhead linemen, our gas utility program, and we do have an associate's degree in construction management. What I do there is oversee curriculum, instruction, and anything that you would need to make you happy, making sure your classes are nice and neat, your instructors are well informed, and that we're giving you the opportunity after you complete to make sure you have a job. So we work very hard to work with employers, industries, and apprenticeship programs to make sure that we can place our students once they've completed.
Thank you, Dean Jamison. And so I just want to reiterate that Dean Jamison will be managing our Q&A in the chat. So if there are any specific questions related to our Dawson Technical Institute, as well as any of the programs related to Dawson Technical Institute, please feel free to shoot those in the chat, and Dean Jamison will be on hand to address many of those questions. I'll also pose particular questions to her that she can also address in the chat as well. So I want to get right to it and making sure that we get some of the questions answered. So we know that many students who are looking to transition from high school to college, they want to know how they're going to be supported. And I know that both Dean Crawford and Dean Johnson mentioned services that can help you before you derail, but also services that can help propel you as well, and yes, things that can help keep you motivated and balance your resiliency. So Dean Johnson, can you talk about the support process that that Kennedy King offers for students during their first year as they transition to college?
Absolutely. We want to make sure our students get off to a successful start, and we have several ways that we work on doing that. Two of the primary ones are the new student orientation and the college success course, which we encourage all students to take in their first semester. Dean Jackson, could you tell us a little bit about the orientation, and then I'll talk about college success?
Absolutely. So the orientation is a holistic process for Kennedy King, and it is our goal to meet students where they are and help them begin and navigate with a solid foundation for success on our campus. That begins with our resources, that begins with introducing them to our policies, our processes, and ultimately our people. And so we're here to make sure that they're supported. New students can expect an orientation process that will align with our college success, which Dean Johnson will highlight, and it will pick up right after they've gotten that navigation from their advising team of where they want to go and what kind of classes they want to take. Then we get them oriented after that. So look for an invite for summer orientation for new students coming out soon. Dean Johnson.
Thank you. So I'm very excited to talk about the college success course. I get giddy when I talk about it. It's probably my favorite subject. So for the last year, we have really taken a hard look at this course. I've been working with students and faculty and staff to provide students with a course that is all about them and their success. That's the entire purpose of it. How often in our lives do we get the chance to stop and think about who we are and who we want to be and how we're going to get there, right? And so this course is all about that. It's about exploring who you are as a college student, the resources that are available to support you, and as Dean Jackson said, to propel you forward in your success. We'll also look at the legacy of our namesakes, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Robert F. Kennedy, and talk about their legacy and ask you to consider the legacy that you want to leave. You'll end the class with a plan for your continued education and career. You'll know the supports that are available to you, and you will have partaken in some of them. during the course of the semester, and it'll get you off to a great start. It's a really exciting class, and I hope to see you in our College Success class.
Awesome. So in thinking about support a bit more, Dean Crawford, if I can have you share with our participants, what kind of support that Kennedy King offers to students who might have various social and financial barriers as a part of them getting started, and how do we as a campus support them and sustain them in their capacity on our campus?
Absolutely. So, you know, once you're a Kennedy King student, we want the most important thing to us is that you have any barriers to your success in the classroom and your success as a student and your success afterwards to be removed. So we have several things that we do in order to ensure that. Some of our students come to us or as they're with us, develop an insecurity with food or housing. Some individuals need some psychosocial support, counseling, things like that. And we have mechanisms in order to meet all of those. So we have a food pantry that's open twice a week for individuals who may need to partake. It's open to any student or any student who really, you may not have a need at that time. You may just want to come and take part in the food pantry. And we do encourage it because we do also promote healthy eating, healthy living. And so when we're choosing the food for our food pantry, we think about the health value as well. So it's not just for individuals who maybe can't afford food at the time. We do have some students who are trying to learn how to eat better. So we encourage every student to come. It's open twice a week. A student can come once a week, and that's through a partnership with the Greater Chicagoland Food Depository. We have free wellness and counseling services on campus to any student who may need it. I eavesdropped on the last session a little bit and heard our student talk about being stressed out a little bit and avoiding being stressed out. And you know what you can do if you do find yourself in that situation. That's go to the wellness center, and that's free counseling and confidential counseling. It's no one else on campus knows. I don't even know who, as dean, I don't even know who attends counseling services on campus, and it's free, and that's a real benefit to our students. We also have partnerships with individuals who are with individuals who help out with housing, either transitional housing as well as permanent housing for students who may be housing insecure or may be sleeping from couch to couch or someone else's place from time to time. So we look to remove as many barriers as possible so that you can be successful.
So, and just hearing that, again, our healthy student market supports students, whether that's to help them with food insecurities or to just get on track with a healthy plan, as well as just making sure that students are supported socially and emotionally throughout their college journey. So definitely tap into the various departments and services that are related to what Dean Crawford has mentioned. And so I want to dive into our next question. Dean Horace, we know that students, our students have very diverse needs, and our community has diverse needs as well. So can you talk about our adult education program and what it means to be a gateway student and how students can transition ultimately from adult education to college and a credit program? Oh, you're on mute, Dean Horace. We don't want to miss all the great stuff you're saying. Okay, try it again.
Thank you so much. I'm going to keep saying this. We are such a fortunate and privileged program to be part of the Kennedy King family. We work with enrollment management, work with Dean Jackson, work with Dean Crawford, everything he just talked about. Our students are privileged to it. I work with Dean Johnson on academics. So our teachers have the opportunity to get all the latest instructional tools in order to bring the best instruction to our students. In addition to that, we work with our district office on our career pathways, where students can come with us, start with us, be part of a bridge program, and then transition to Dawson that Dean Jamieson talked about. In addition to that, one of the things we're really excited about always is our Gateway Scholarship. This gives our students the opportunity to take adult education classes, work on their high school equivalency diploma, while also taking college courses, especially the College Success class that Dean Johnson talked about. So We, attempt to meet our students where they are and do the best we can to transition and pass them over onto college credit.
Awesome. So a point to just reiterate, those are free adult education courses that are available to students and that they can take advantage of. So if you know someone who needs that support, just send them along our way. We'll be happy to have them. So Dean Jamison, in the chat, if you could address how KKC prepares students to enter the workforce with some of our Dawson Technical program. If you could add that into the chat, that'd be awesome. Dean Johnson, can you share with our attendees what they should do if they're needing some support in the classroom? They're having a difficult class, and where should they go? Where should they start? And how should they ultimately seek out those services?
Absolutely. So we offer a wealth of services to help you be successful in your academics. The first thing I would suggest is to reach out to your professor. And if you're feeling like you need help, do it right then. Don't wait. Don't wait till the end of the semester. Don't wait till the middle of the semester. Right then. Professors have office hours that you can go and get individual assistance and attention. We also have tutors, over 30 of them, in a range of subjects. They all have bachelor's degrees. Many of them teach the same classes that they tutor, and they work with our faculty to be able to support you in your assignments, in your work in the class. The most important thing is to let us know when you need help. It's so frustrating when somebody waits until the very end and there's not a lot that we can do. We can help you if you let us know. And so first, your professor, that's always first go to, right? They're the one teaching the class. Secondly, the tutors. And then also, if you feel like you need support beyond that, or you just want to talk to me, come to me. Come see me. I will help you work to determine a solution to helping you be successful in the class.
Awesome. So Dean Crawford, to some extent, we talked about this in our student panel, and we certainly highlighted it as a part of the presentation. But can you talk about how Kennedy King fosters an inclusive environment for our students, and maybe some of the activities and or programming that are geared to be able to make students feel welcomed and nurtured? Absolutely.
So as Dean of Student Services, I truly have the kind of a dual role of being Dean and also of making sure that we have an inclusive environment through various government mandates and things like that. And so the way we do that is to make sure that we understand and embrace all the differences that our students bring to the table. So some of those differences are along racial, ethnic lines, gender, sexual identity lines as well as affinities. So, we have individuals who may just be into a type of clothing or a type of shoe or gaming or something like that. And the good thing that we do is, and I use this word embrace and value a lot, we make sure that we create space for any of those individuals to take part and to help us build on our Kennedy King community. There's several ways to do that. The first way and most common way is to go out and start or join a club. We have about 30 active clubs here at KKC. As you can see, I am at KKC, here at KKC. And we always have the opportunity to start more. And it's a very simple process. It's on paper, you have to get a certain number of signatures in order to start a club. However, in reality, if you know Dean Crawford, you can probably get it done a lot easier than that.
He's just created a whole lot of work for himself.
No, what I did was give the students.
All of our students said you gotta go through the process, but if you do know, go check with Dean Crawford. He might be able to get that club started.
Since you came to our event today, you now have the inside track. And so we have cultural celebrations and special celebrations throughout the year so that everyone feels welcomed and embraced.
Awesome. And then again, we talked about there being nearly 100 free events on campus every year, and they range in the gamut. And some are open to the community, some are just for our students, but there is so much happening on campus. We definitely encourage people to stay engaged and stay involved. Dean Horace, So as we think about many students during this period right now who are navigating, especially students who might not be have the computer acumen and such, how are students in the adult and English language learners being supported during these times? And what should they do if they're looking to gain their equivalencies? You know, how should they reach out? You're muted.
I'll get it sooner or later. Thank you so much.
That's okay.
That is a great question. So again, you know, at Kennedy King, we want to make sure we support all of our students, whether they are in adult education, on the high school equivalency track, or are they here with us as an English learner where English is a second language. So one of the things that we're very proud of, all of the adult education programs are funded by the state. Fortunately, we are with City Colleges, and our English students have the opportunity to have received the technology to continue their education. So they are in blended learning courses, they're in hybrid courses. City Colleges have offered Chromebooks and laptops to our students, in addition to Wi-Fi. So as you know, some of our students are economically challenged. So we provide these opportunities to make sure that our students have all the tools they need. Anyone who is interested in taking our English class, second language classes, please, and I can put it in the chat. You can email me. Normally, students will come into our office. Unfortunately, now that we are remote, we are taking phone calls. I'll put the phone calls in the chat as well. Call that number. Our staff is calling that number every day on the hour. We're retrieving messages. We are calling students back. So phone calls, email messages, please don't hesitate. We'll make sure we reach out back to you.
And just to reiterate that all of City Colleges has gone remote and online during this quarter of stay. But in addition to our courses going online, all of our services have also transitioned in an online format. And so students can access our virtual student services by going to prepare.ccc.edu/KKVSS, which stands for Kennedy King Virtual Student Services. That's prepare.ccc.edu/KKVSS, and you can get right to our student services and the wealth of opportunity that are available for our various departments to support you, including how to register and get started and work with advising and wellness and our admissions teams and financial aid teams, as well as our tutoring teams. So I just want to reiterate that. Dean Jamison, in the chat, if you could address opportunities that students who enter our programs associated with the Workforce Equity Grant that we mentioned in our earlier presentations. What are some of the programs that they that are associated with that grant, and what kind of benefits can they expect? Then I'd like to pitch a twofer question to to both Dean Crawford and Dean Johnson. Can you share how Kennedy King prepares students academically to transition from our campus to a four-year institution? What kind of support streams are in place? And then Dean Crawford, if you can share the kind of support services that we, or umbrella services that we provide to students in assisting them in that endeavor. Dean Johnson.
Thank you. So the content and standards of our curriculum align with other colleges and universities in our state, in our region, and nationally. We undergo a very rigorous accreditation process where they're looking at the student learning outcomes of our classes to make sure that we're following others in the field and what we're asking students to be able to do when they successfully complete a course. So for example, if you take Comp 1 at KKC, you're going to get the same type of instruction, learning, and be able to write papers in the same way if you took that class at another college or university. Additionally, we work with the Illinois Articulation Initiative, which is a group that ensures transferability of courses from one institution to another. And we have lots of courses that are on that matrix, which means that if you take it here with us, it's going to count for the same thing at another college or university within Illinois. So the standards are the same, the rigor's the same, the outcomes are the same. So you'll know that what you're getting here is going to well prepare you to transfer to another college or university. If you were here for the earlier part of the panel, you heard one of our students talking about how well prepared he was. I hear students say a lot that they feel like they're ahead of their peers who have gone to that institution the entire time. So rest assured that if you take the class at KKC, you'll be ready to progress in a 4-year degree at another institution.
Awesome.
And I'll jump right in here. And just to piggyback on what Dean Johnson said, the institutions also understand that KKC students and students from the community college may be a little better prepared than their own native students. And so they're really not, you're in high demand as a KKC student to go to the 4-year university or college university of your choice. And in order to help that along, we have a transfer center and a director of transfer who meets with students from day one, just to keep the theme going early and often. When you want to access our services, you can meet with her. During that first year experience, you'll get to meet her. During that college success class, you'll get to meet her. But right as soon as that is over, or whenever you have free time, go and let her know, or she'll find you to find out what your goals are with respect to transfer. And then she can engage our partners. Many of our partners have articulation and transfer agreements with Kennedy King that actually set forth a process early on in your career at Kennedy King. Sometimes providing you admissions as early as that second or third semester at Kennedy King, early admissions to the university, and often providing some funding. And that's because they understand, to piggyback again on Dean Johnson, that you all are the individuals who will complete faster and are better prepared than even some of their own students.
So just to reiterate, we're hearing that the standards are the same. The rigors are the same. The outcomes are the same. And on top of that, you're going to be provided with day one support to help you in your goals to get there. So there's no disconnect in that. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Dean Horace, if you could speak to the benefits of our Gateway program. A lot of students, I don't think, realize what it provides to them and what that means when we use terms like Gateway. What is the Gateway program and what are the real benefits of a student being in it?
You know, I always say our Gateway Scholarship Program is, unfortunately, a well-kept secret here, and we have to do
we want the secret. We want it shared now. Secret's out.
And that's my point. We have to do a better job of not making it a secret, because most students don't know about it, and it's an awesome scholarship. Students get the opportunity, again, to come with us once they get to our equivalent high school level to start taking college credit courses, and it's paid for. Eventually, throughout their CCC college career, CCC pays for almost 75% of the tuition. So it's just, there's no other way to say it. If you come to City Colleges, come to Kennedy King, part of our adult ed program, your goal and our goal is to get you through to our high school level program, to be part of the Gateway Scholarship Program, and work your way onto college credit, or to one of Dean Jamieson's awesome program at Dawson. So yes, please, Gateway.
So the secret is out.
Secret's out.
Scholarship is a tremendous opportunity for any community member to take advantage of. So final question, as we're coming up on time, and this may lead to a secondary final question, but I'm going to say it's a final question. Can you each, and this is to all the panelists, and I'll ask Dean Jamieson to share her thoughts as well via the Q&A. But can you share what you enjoy most about working specifically with Kennedy King students? Dean Crawford, if you could start.
Excellent. And I think I'll share that, you know, I learn so much from students every day. College is about, you know, an exchange of thought and inquiry and learning more. And students, even though I'm a little bit older than they are and I have a few more years of education than they do, they have a lot to bring to the table. And the day that I run into a group of students that I cannot learn from is probably the day that I'm going to retire. And I can't retire yet. So I really enjoy the fact that students come into my office.
No, you cannot.
I cannot. They tell me about my colleagues don't think I can. But they tell me about their day. They tell me about new things. And they keep me young, and I really appreciate that.
Awesome. Dean Horace, what is it that you enjoy most about working specifically with our students at Kennedy King?
You know, I'll share another secret. You know, I was a GED student myself, and from a GED to a PhD. So I get it. I'm really passionate about the work that we do here. And there's nothing more rewarding than to map out the growth that our students show throughout their stay with us. Just the dedication and the comprehensive team that we have that is really committed to making sure that our students are successful. So it's really, you know, it's an opportunity, it's a privilege for me to work with our students to see their creativity, their ingenuity, their innovation, and the students really respond to the culture of nurturing that we have here. So yeah, just a passion, and I just love to be with our students, and it's a great opportunity.
I can say.
I'm sorry, Dean Jameson.
Before my child takes over my life, I can say that.
Just a second, Dean Jameson. Can our other two panelists mute themselves so that we don't get the reverb and we can hear her? Okay.
But I can say the most rewarding situation I have at DTI as a dean is to see my students come back and make more money than me after only 16 weeks or 22 weeks of training. That makes all the difference in the world, that they are now having a living wage and they can buy a home, they can buy the car, they can get out of debt, and they can answer the question that keeps them up at night just by committing themselves for a semester or two. It is everything for your students to come back and say they make $60,000, $80,000, $120,000, $200,000 a year because they took some time to train. It's every year it happens, and every year the students are inspired, our instructors are inspired, and I'm inspired by their stories.
Dean Johnson.
So for me, the greatest joy of working with students is when they see that transformational power of education, when I watch them talk about it, experience it. Education is powerful. It can have such an impact, and it's something that can never be taken away from you. So when I hear a student talk about something they learned in a class, that they've applied to another class, that they've applied to their personal life, that they're going to use in their professional life, that is so exciting and humbling to watch that transformation. I really enjoy working with students through that journey of seeing what value this is to them and how they can use that learning to problem solve and make better lives for themselves, for their families, for their communities, and I believe as well for our country. So that's the exciting part for me.
So if I just take the conglomerate of what our deans have shared, from Dean Crawford saying the spirit of inquiry is so important. And as Dean Horace highlighted, that the innovation that's coming from our students are tremendous. And as Dean Jameson has highlighted, it's inspiring, but they're also making a lot of money moves, and we can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, as Dean Johnson summarized in saying that transformational power is something that we cannot get away from. And really, you know, all of these deans every day are making impact on the lives of our students. They're making a lot of impact on the community that we live in. And so I thank you guys for your time, and appreciate the level of detail, care that you put into just sharing your experiences as a professional on the campus. And I know that our attendees were enlightened by it. So I have to do my clapping moment for you guys. Thank you. That's a clapping moment to you, and hats off to your commitment to our students. So that concludes our actual webinar for today, our virtual college day. I thank all of our attendees for participating, being engaged, and we certainly hope to bring additional opportunities like this to you in the future. But realistically, as I started this webinar and saying, I hope that you not only gain information and insight, but that you leave inspired about what you can do next. That opportunity is really within reach, and that you can dream bigger and you can do greater. But we want you to do it here at Kennedy King. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good day.